Welcome back to Real Estate Mindset. Today's video is gonna be absolutely bonkers. Now, the data is in, and despite going into months of seasonal normal inventory decline, home buyers right now are still getting a very clear upper hand in the housing market. Essentially, what's going on right now at this stage of the housing crash, buying incentives are coming back to the housing market like crazy. I am seeing so many different areas, whether it's new construction or resale houses, offering insane deals, essentially where they're paying all of the closing costs and buying the rate down at 4% or 5% interest rate. So there is a lot of buying incentives right now in the housing market. So if you've been on the sidelines like I have, rest assured our opportunity to buy is right around the corner, which begs the next question. Are homes still overvalued, and when will it be time to start looking to buy again? Now, we're going to dig into an article from Realtor.com to try to help answer some of those questions. The name of the article is "The Strange New Stumbling Block Tripping Up Home Buyers. More listings, but slimmer picking." Now, you guys remember, I'm not a financial advisor, even if I want to be, even if you want me to be, even though my bio is as a realtor, loan officer, and instructor in real estate in the great state of Texas. But this is just my personal YouTube channel. I love to be data driven. I want to start guiding home buyers. And for that desire, guys, please like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and shoot me a comment below. But regardless, you guys, let's jump into this video right now. While high mortgage rates are no doubt weighing heavily on many home buyers' minds right now, home shoppers might also have a gut feeling that something else is off too. Something less serious than their financing woes, but perhaps even more annoying. Namely, when pursuing listings, they might come away from a sense of deja vu, as in, that house again, it hasn't sold yet? If this feeling seems familiar, rest assured it's right on the money. We looked at the latest statistics in our How's the Housing Market this week. Today's real estate inventory is awash in stale listings that homebuyers have already sized up and passed over. Meanwhile, those shiny new listings that give home shoppers hope that the one is still out there are dwindling. But why, since numbers never lie? Here's what the latest real estate data is saying, so that both home buyers and sellers can understand what's going on. So remember what I'm saying, guys, we're going into months of historical normal inventory decline. So we're probably going to start seeing that the next time Fed economic data updates their inventory chart for October. So that's not going to be until next month, but I expect the inventory is going to continue to go down. But the thing is, that's okay, because demand is being crippled at a faster pace than the inventory going down, which is why I keep telling you guys, instead of looking at the actual number of homes for sale, look at the months of supply, because of the months of supply is going to take into consideration the current demand in the housing market. And as we stand right now, as a nationwide average, we're at 3.2 months of inventory, essentially bringing us out of that toxic sellers market, which traditionally is under 3 months of inventory. So we have a massive surge of inventory, you guys. Essentially what that's saying is the interest rate hikes from the Federal Reserve are working, and it's also demonstrating how the housing market even got built in the first place, which was done by super low interest rates. It was done by hyper demand. Now that that's out of the picture, look at how fast it's crumbling. We had the historical equity deceleration in July. The biggest equity deceleration in our history was in July. You guys, it's really, really easy to understand this data, but you have to use some logic. Regardless, let's hop back into this article and see what else they have to say. All right, so here's Realtor.com's weekly chart, and I'm going to start doing reports on their weekly charts, just like Redfin, Zillow, and Realtor.com. So all three of these, I'm going to do their weekly updates just to see how they differ. Now, obviously, it starts with median listing price, and obviously, it shows 13.3%. And that's year over year. And I hate that narrative, guys, because obviously it doesn't tell us, where we're headed. It's not a month-to-month indication. In a normal housing market, this is fine, but this is not a normal housing market. Now, obviously, new listings are down 17% year over year. So stay calm. If you start seeing the numbers go down, keep your eyes on month of supplies. Now, time on the market is 6 days longer week over week. This is great news because this is exactly what we want to see. Obviously, mortgage rates are up. And if you needed to decide whether or not to buy right now, look at the average mortgage rate, 666. Okay, that's demon rates right there. That's doomed rates right there. So there's your sign. If you're on the sidelines, congratulations, it's right there. But also remember this, you guys, that data is actually lagging behind. So it's not even taking into consideration the 7% interest rates. And get this, it's not even taking into consideration the recession. You guys, is anyone questioning, that's watching my videos, whether we're in a recession or not? These people are not even pricing that in. So once they do, I think everyone's going to say 20, 30% losses across the board. Only time will tell. I believe we're going to have a sharper price crash than we did in 2008 because we're in a better position to absorb those losses. It took me a long time to come to that conclusion, but I'll officially say I believe price declines and price crashes will be more than 2008. Either way, let's jump back into the article. Soaring mortgage rates have shifted the market. The source of these ripple effects, of course, is today's high interest rates. The Federal Reserve has hiked its short-term interest rate 5 times in 2022 in its ongoing fight against inflation. This, in turn, has caused mortgage rates to nearly double over that time frame from the 3% to 6% plus range. And you guys remember back in the last crash, they were only raising rates 10 to 25 basis points. Okay, so they're doing it now 75 to 100. We're in a way worse shape, in my opinion, just in a different way. For the week ending October 6th, the average 30-year fixed rate mortgage rate hovered at 6.66%, according to Freddie Mac. That's down just slightly from last week's 6.7%, but it's still high enough to give plenty of home buyers cold feet. Soaring mortgage rates have shifted the market. Buyers are less eager as they navigate much higher costs for smaller homes. And remember, you guys, about that 6.6% interest rate, because a lot of you are commenting, you just got quotes in the 7%. Remember, add a minimum of 50 to 75 basis points on top of that. So anytime you see the average from Fred economic data, just add the 50 to 75 basis points on that. And that's probably where people are actually at. Why high mortgage rates are bad for some sellers too. Rising rates on home loans are also dampening the enthusiasm of sellers, since many would become buyers who'd have to finance a new loan at today's higher rates. Rather than foot those higher costs, many are deciding to stay put and not list at all. Homeowners continue to be more hesitant to list homes for sale this year compared to last. For the week ending October 1st, the number of new listings on the market dropped 17% compared with the same time last year. That's the 13th straight week of year-over-year declines. Yet, on the other hand, overall housing inventory, both fresh listings and oldies that haven't been bought yet, have grown sizably by 30% over the last year. Home shoppers have more homes to choose from this year, and those homes are generally on the market longer than they were last year. Currently, properties linger on the market for a median of 50 days. As for the week ending October 1st, they spent 6 more days on the market compared with a year earlier. The pace of home sales has slowed, in fact, for 10 weeks straight. This means that buyers will have more time than last year or earlier this year to think through their options before missing out. So what do we have right now if we waited? Yes, interest rates are higher, but now we have more time to shop. We have more negotiating power, and we have more inventory options. In other words, you guys, we don't have to settle, and now we're getting ridiculous buying opportunities. But the thing is, now we need to start seeing additional price drops to make it worth it for us to buy, and we're not quite there yet. And stay to the end of the video because I'll give you my estimate on when I believe that we're going to get there and buying opportunity is back. Now, remember, in order to become an expert in your local market, I'm asking you guys just to do the bare minimum and figure out what the price per square foot was in the area you want to purchase during 2020 and 2021. And I had a subscriber comment that actually Zillow has the history of price per square foot. So if Zillow has that history, bingo, you guys now have the tools to search your local housing market to decide whether or not something is a good or a great deal. And then from there, you do even more research. Again, it's just one tool. Either way, let's hop back in. Why stale listings are a mixed bag for home buyers. Ultimately, home buyers do have more options today, even if many have been picked over already. But let's face it, some home buyers may find it hard to get all that excited about viewing properties that didn't catch their eye the first time around. This lack of fresh real estate meat, so to speak, is a mixed bag that can be draining for shoppers with very specific must-have lists. In other words, picky home buyers who set a high bar to find the perfect home may get frustrated. But today's distinct mix of listings does behoove a different breed of buyer. Bargain hunters who are willing to haggle and aren't too hung up on homes having it all as long as the price is right. And this is how you guys get a good deal. Look at the price and almost nothing else. There's a lot of other things that you got to look at, but I'm saying the price is really that important. Today's market may create better opportunities for negotiations on price for those who are more flexible about what they need to have in their next home. And here's how it concludes. What's happening with home prices? Yet, even though home prices may be softer, they're still high. Currently, home prices hover at a national median of $427,000. And for the week ending October 1st, prices continue to rise by 13.3% compared with the same week last year. This is the 40th straight week of double-digit price growth. However, buyers who have been searching for a while will note that the pace of year-over-year growth has slowed. Home prices are also sloping downward seasonally from their record-setting apex in June of $450,000. And over the next 12 to 18 months, some experts estimate the real estate prices may fall by 10%. And you guys can see this is a huge attitude adjustment from Realtor.com, which I have said has been lagging behind so many other forecasters at essentially giving us warning. So basically, they're saying that, they're not essentially saying they're agreeing with experts, but they're acknowledging that experts are saying that prices may crash or decline 10%. So imagine once the 7% hit the data, and imagine once they start pricing in a recession, how much will it go down then in their forecast? Now, also remember this and listen to me very, very closely. If we start with a $500,000 house back in 2019, okay, and that $500,000 house went up 40% in equity, that means it needs to go down roughly 29%. Again, it needs to go down only 29% to get back to pre-pandemic levels. So again, $500,000 house goes up 40%. It only needs to go down 29% roughly to get back to its original value. So put that in perspective when people are saying we're going to have a 20 to 30% decline. Do y'all see what I'm saying? Where, 20% is a lot of price decline, and it's going to trap all of the recent home buyers. Anyone that purchased in 2021 or even 2020 possibly are going to be trapped upside down in their houses. Now, hopefully most of those people have the 2 and 3% interest rates. Now, here's where I want to end this video. Now, the first thing is don't rush when purchasing the biggest financial transaction of your life. You should find something that you love. And if you can't find something that you love, then don't purchase. Homes are still going to be around. And currently, the longer you wait, the better the deal you'll get on the price. Now, here's the other thing to answer our beginning question. I believe that 2023 is going to have some of the best buying opportunities of our lifetime. So I plan on purchasing around February of 2023, but I plan on preparing in November of this year, because I suspect in some local markets, there will be opportunities to buy at the end of this year as well. And here's the really cool thing, you guys. I've been saying that since around March. So far, I haven't had to flip-flop at all. But regardless, you guys, it's, these months are right around the corner. So as we get closer to the end of this year, we're going to see how I've been doing on my forecasting. And then we're going to check back in to see where we're at with my own home buying journey. Now, other than that, you guys, thank you for tagging along with me. I really hope you guys got value from this video. And if you're out there investing in real estate, I wish you luck and I hope you win.